Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
Holy shit.
What's good, chat? Yo, what is good? Dilly. Grrr. We outside. Let's go. Yo, y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Rumboyz Robbie. This is Rumboyz After Dark, the most lit Friday night fantasy football, NFL, gambling, betting, drunken podcast madness that has ever unleashed on both YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Turn this sign right here into a silver play button. Keep raising up those numbers. Shout out to all the new community members. Shout out to all the new pirates out there. Really quick, we got to get into that GLD. I got the LA joint on today, even though my Dodgers fucking tanked the World Series. Just wanted to switch it up a little bit. Just wanted to switch it up a little bit. Hey, yo, let's take y'all to the yacht, show y'all a couple of products that we got. Link is down in the description. Let's go.
Hop out in Miami when no land, ain't got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, or turn me on, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop GLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no on zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good bring away your knowledge.
More fire. Hey, yo, we also got to shout out our homies over at Big Guy Fantasy Sports. Big Guy Fantasy Sports. You can catch me over on Big Guy Fantasy Sports YouTube. Also, my homie, my co-host, TDS Taco, over there Tuesdays on the YouTube channel. Shout out to Big Guy Fantasy Sports, BigGuyFantasySports.com, and also on YouTube. Get our consistency guide. Utilize our consistency tools. Trust me, we are going to help you chase those fantasy football championships one goal at a time. Big guys, get on over there. Check us out, BigGuyFantasySports.com, for all the latest and greatest fantasy football articles, tools, and much, much more. Also want to shout our homies over at All 22. All 22, you already know what to do. Big shouts to the homies over at PFF with their big, one of the greatest fantasy football formats that I've ever played on. Promo code Rumboyz, All 22. It's for me. It's for you. It's like your Madden franchise mode coming true. You can draft a full 53-man roster and compete against your friends, your family, coworkers, etc., in a 10 to 12-man league and really find out who the real fantasy football guru is. I'm in a social media influencer league on there, and we gonna throw them balls. We whooping some ass. Let's go ahead and introduce the cast. Let's introduce the crew. Y'all already know what to do, man. We got to bring up my dude. He hasn't been here in a while. He hasn't been here in a few. Give it up for David Gillespie.
What's going on, people? So glad to be back. How you doing, my man, Robbie?
I'm ready, dog. I'm ready.
Let's get
go. Hey, but by the way, congrats on your win last night. Good job, Bears.
It was disgusting, but yeah, we'll call it a win, I guess.
I'll give you the floor. Later. And ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, everyone's favorite hill, TDS Taco.
David, everything was nasty except for Freeman because he was disgusting. Oh my God, I had him in my lineup and just magic. Just
Freeman?
Magic.
Who do you mean Freeman?
Yeah. Foreman.
Oh, Dante Foreman. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Making something out of nothing, especially at the shitty running back position. Like,
seriously.
Got him for nice cheap fab.
There we go. We're gonna mute Taco.
Doing some big things.
Fergie or McBride. I started McBride last week, lost by 7. If I would have started Fergie, I would have lost by 0.43. So I'd rather lose by 7 than less than half a point. okay, we can't chase last week's numbers. We cannot chase last week's numbers. So I want to make sure that I throw that out there. Okay. Dallas is playing the Giants. All right. Like Dallas is playing the Giants. If you can't absolutely put on a clinic against the New York Giants, that Dallas Cowboys team is not going far in the fucking playoffs. I would personally probably start Ferg. That Atlanta Falcons defense is low-key better than what a lot of people are expecting and have expected. I would much rather play Ferg against the New York Football Giants than
I would agree.
Right against underdog defense. That's kind of good. Kyle, what's good though? Daniel, what is good? Daniel, welcome to the chat. Yellard. Yo, Lise, what's up? Wow. Homo sapiens. Yes, we stand upright around
CBB
here.
Crazy. Aiden Tobin.
Yeah, college basketball is crazy. Let's go. Nothing like not liking unless you street. Wow. I might.
Yeah.
I gotta see what's gonna happen tomorrow because I might be.
Don't be stingy with your likes, Aiden. God damn it.
Like the damn stream. Gosh.
Would you riz up Mackenzie Dern? Who's Mackenzie Dern?
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, UFC fighter. I mean,
Probably.
not my cup of tea, but that's with all due respect,
I could think it could be some ass. I'm down with that type of thing. All right, we got to get into the show. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What to do? Dilly. Woo. Taco, what are you doing?
Oh man, I'm just following some bets, baby. We riding heaters.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let's get into the show. Thursday night takeaways. Thursday night football takeaways. Rather interesting game last night, especially for how intensely I was watching. David, we're obviously going to start with you. Love that you're here. Being a Bears
glad
fan.
to be back here.
First, let's get into the budget outlook. Like, I'm honestly just going to let you rant. Like, I'm not even going to go through this list of questions. Tell me how you were feeling about last night's performance.
It was as fucking forgettable as it gets, man. I mean, I'm trying to stay optimistic, but like, it's coming to the point where like, I'm trying so hard. Like, I'm like, our time's gonna come. It may come after the next fucking ice age, but it's gonna come sooner rather than later. So it last night was so pathetic because no one was remotely moving the ball downfield whatsoever. It was so embarrassing. Even the Deontay Foreman touchdown, like that. I mean, that's the only thing that we can get going is our ground game. We're actually one of the most efficient ground games in the entire the entire league, which is nice. Shout out to that lone bright, silver lining within this shithole of a team that is my Chicago Bears. But it was disgusting. I feel bad for Bryce Young, though. I was really wanting I didn't want him to win, obviously, because that'd be just absolute sacrilegious to say that against my Bears. But I wanted him to do well because I am a huge fan of his game, and I felt like he's got the shit end of the stick this year with just the general setup of the Panthers that have been incredibly disappointing because I hyped them up to be the NFC South champions this year. I thought their roster top to bottom looked really nice. Frank Reich was a proven head coach. I thought he was prematurely fired with the Colts, but everything at every turn has seemingly gone the wrong way, and it's just been very unfortunate for Bryce Young that in his rookie season, I had him as my rookie of the year, but like he's struggling to move the ball downfield. He's struggling to keep the ball out of the defense's hands. He's struggling to evade pressure because his O-line is like fucking, they're like turnstiles back there basically. It's really bad, I'm just kind of holding out hope, waiting for, impatiently for Justin Fields to come back because I do believe that he is the future of our team with all things considered this year.
That's what one of the things I wanted to get into. Sorry to interject. Aiden,
no, it's fine.
What the fuck was that with the Eberflus pre-game press conference, whichever day it was? I can't exactly remember. remember getting sent a clip from a Bears follower.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?" And like it's Eberflus just kind of stumbling over, and like the reporter's like pretty much calling him out, like being like, "Hey, you're a dumbass for like the whole DMP." He's like, "So he's not playing tomorrow?" No, he's not playing tomorrow. So now why not just list him as out?
I don't know. I did. Yeah. I don't know what we're doing with this shit. I don't know what, like, is he just trying to toy with the media right now? Like, I don't know what he's like it's almost like it's disgusting. Like, I saw him at halftime. Like, at halftime, he was hyping up the second half, like, "Oh, we got a couple tricks up our sleeve. You just wait and see what happens, okay, Kaylee?" When he was talking to the sideline reporter. And he fucking didn't do shit in the second half. Like, this guy is so out of his head. Like, he has to go after this season. We have to have a complete coaching teardown. I wouldn't be upset if we got rid of Ryan Poles. I would love to sell the team furthermore too, but I mean, that's just wishful thinking, honestly, to someone who's an actual competent owner. But it's disgusting. It's a shame they've mismanaged Justin Fields for the predominance of the season, because when he has clicked, he's been pretty awesome. He's actually one of the top 5 most efficient deep ball throwers in the entire game when he's healthy. But that's when they've set him up, which they haven't done so much.
Leaves, with what fucking bankroll are we gonna keep him in Chase? You tell me where that money was gonna come from, but then also be able to pay the offense and keep that going and build a line for the future. You tell me how we were gonna do all those things.
The only thing I say about that, though,
my financial advisor.
The only thing I will say about that, though, is like we never really know what the financial demands of each player are, you know. So maybe some guys are willing to take, you know, kind of like a lesser income. I'm not saying that Sweat would have for sure been one of those guys, but you never really know. Like, he could pull a Brady, you know. You never. You know. But that defensive line was awesome. Like, I felt bad, but I was also thank you very much and just ate that shit up when you guys gave us Montez Sweat, because I think he's an absolute monster that we're going to unleash very soon. But
hey, thank you for the pick.
Yeah,
honestly, like five picks in the first 3 rounds. Oh
come on, you were bummed out when he left. Come on now, you were bummed, weren't you?
No.
What?
Bro,
I thought you said you were
okay.
You're like, fuck this shit, man. This team fucking go to hell. You know?
No, I was not mad at all. So one, it's a new leadership, it's a new manager. I have to trust the process. That's step one. You know, so I have to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Well, but same head coach though, you know.
But he's going to be gone. He's going to be gone.
Probably.
He's not. I hate when he tries to bring up the future in press conferences. I'm like, motherfucker, you ain't going to be here.
I don't think he's. I love Ron Rivera. With all due respect, I don't think he's going to be here after this year.
No, at all. But I mean, no, like with that trust the process. Talk to Philly about that. Well, I mean, hey, you know, our owner is you know, Philly, but like that's why we got Magic Johnson, who owns multiple successful franchises. No, but with that being said, with that being stated, no, I wasn't bummed out at all. It made complete total sense. I'm happy that we did it sooner rather than later. Mm-hmm. We're right there at 8. You know, Sam Howell, you know, top 5 in practically every fucking passing category.
He's been good here and there. I think. I mean, it's kind of been a struggle over the last couple of weeks or so, but like I do like his future with all due respect. He's another good deep ball thrower too. He's one of the top deep ball throwers when he's been getting going.
We'll build a line for him. Mm-hmm. We'll keep getting some receivers, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But no, as for your fucking Bears, though,
yeah,
Taco, we'll let you go because you're just sitting there. Drink your fucking.
I mean, my favorite part about that Bears game was the under. Like I came in hammering that shit, and I covered all my other money because I had a separate bet for the under and a separate bet for the Bears in the under, because I was a little nervous with the backup quarterback in this situation, but I felt pretty confident the Bears were going to win this game. I expected a messy, ugly, disgusting game, and when you bet money on that and it happened, the game isn't quite as bad. that horrible offense was like, that's some good defense, even if it's not, because you know what?
It was some good defense, yeah.
The Bears,
and that's the other thing. The Bears defense isn't terrible, especially now that they have Sweat. Like, I mean,
their run defense is great. Their pass defense is atrocious. You know.
Here's what pissed me off is that offensively, Eberflus didn't let your hands go. You know, it's equivalent to a fighter, you know, a boxer or MMA. It's like, yo, let them fucking things go, bro. Throw them hammers. Like, you know, Bajet is actually competent. And
Bajent,
Bajet, whatever the fuck.
you got like a French tone to it. Bajet. Tyson Bajet. You know?
I thought it was French, honestly. Well, Beijing, whatever the fuck. No, bro. Like they should have. I feel like they could have opened up a little bit more, let him display, you know, what he can do.
I don't know. The thing is, he has struggled to throw the ball downfield. Like that's especially what we're missing within the pass game compared to Justin Fields.
You're playing the fucking Carolina Panthers. Let your fucking hands go.
I know. Touche. So you're not wrong in that regard. Touche, because their defense is fucking ass. Okay, no doubt about that.
Exactly. Let the kid shred. Kid shred. So that was something that pissed me off. Yeah, they ran the ball way too fucking much.
Because they weren't moving the ball whatsoever them fucking selves. You know, like
not enough involvement of the receiving core. Concepts were very just like nothing exotic. And then when they tried to, it was like, hey, you shouldn't be fucking doing this. Like, this is not the scenario. Like to decide, okay, now we're gonna fucking try, you know, go jet sweep with DJ Moore. Like, bitch, you should have fucking did that on first down, not third.
And even the deep ball incompletions to DJ Moore were like you had an opportunity, and like I know he's like not the biggest receiver, but he is definitely jump ball. He definitely has jump ball capability. So I wish they would have prioritized that with accurate passing, you know. But they just could not fucking complete it whatsoever downfield.
There would be moments where like you would see that Bajent wanted to go like wanted to go to a read that he wanted, but he knew that it was like, fuck, let me just follow the goddamn playbook.
Yeah.
And he started like you could tell,
yeah.
like you could tell because the head coach is a fucking idiot.
So I actually have a question. What about Young though? Like we're talking all about this backup quarterback, but the number one pick, I think he made some throw. He missed some throws that he should have made last night. Like, you know,
he's playing with geriatrics.
There were dropped passes. There were failed protection schemes. It was a clusterfuck of issues, dude.
It's terrible.
And after what we've seen from Frank White, right with the Colts, how long of a leash is he gonna have here with the Panthers when it looks this bad off the offset? That is bad.
Here's the thing: the Panthers have their own second rounder, their own third rounder, their own fourth. San Francisco's fifth, Tennessee's fifth, Arizona's sixth. You need to figure something the fuck out with those 6 picks, or either find ways to clean up in free agency. And that was one of the questions I had you know, I have on the show sheet. What worries me is Carolina is not a sexy place. Okay? Players don't want to go to Carolina.
Unless like maybe a Super Bowl is like damn near guaranteed or something.
It would have to be imminent. It would have to be right there. So Carolina has to develop. We've seen this movie before, guys. Carolina takes a long time to develop.
Yeah, it's going to take some time.
It's going to take a long fucking time. We're talking a couple years.
But you know what? It's a lot harder to develop when you miss on your first early picks, and then when you sign guys like Sanders and you're not even giving him
the receivers that they're
how much guaranteed?
It's the receivers that they're missing on. It's free agency.
But how much guaranteed money can you give Sanders to become the backup after 5 games? How fucking stupid are you? That's a compounding error right there.
Yeah, the Miles Sanders deal has not been panning out thus far. It's early though; it's the first year of the deal. So
I agree with you that, but they're not even giving him burn. They're giving Blackshear as many carries as him
because it's been that bad for Sanders. Yeah,
like, you know how the fuck did you put so much guaranteed? And you know what? If you got that much guaranteed money invested and it's that much of a shit show, I'm sorry, he's out there, he's figuring it out. Because guess what? I put that money in there because I saw something. So let him rock for a little bit. Sometimes you need a little bit of reps in there to get your rhythm going. And if you're playing reduced reps and you got that money, now you got extra pressure on it. It's just a bad look. They look like they have no fucking clue what they're doing.
Though isn't even the worst part. That's not even the worst part. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Personnel wise, from the top down.
Here's
the fact that Bryce
yeah.
is probably the best fucking thing that you have going. Bryce in that defense.
Yeah.
And guess what? You're gonna have to, in order to possibly get up into the first round.
You have to trade up.
Burns, I'm sorry. JC Horn, I'm sorry. You're probably not gonna be
a
able
casualty.
to get those pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It's
or Frankie Louvu or someone. Yeah.
The problem is it honestly begins with the scouting and it transfers over into the war room.
Mm-hmm.
Guys aren't doing their due diligence. I said at the beginning of the season, Jonathan Mingo should not have fucking been a goddamn draft pick. Like,
yeah, I thought he was a little bit like for him because there was a lot of pressure on him to like step up and be that wide receiver one. I felt like when they drafted him too, and it was just like he's not ready to take that on immediately, in my opinion.
Thielen getting as many targets, and you can't have your 32-year-old receiver being the guy and having to be the one.
Yeah,
only
you know, this team has never been great at getting the tight end going. We could track that all the way back as soon as Greg Olsen left.
Yeah, as soon as Greg. Yep, absolutely.
You know,
it's just been a mess. And here's how they prioritize this offseason for the draft. Wide receivers should be top priority. Maybe you could tie it with offense lineman. I would say offense lineman is probably second, though. Then I would say running back help third, and preferably secondary help fourth. Those should be your top priorities. And the good thing is there's a lot of talent, especially in like the wide receiving core. Like, and I know they don't have a first round pick, but guys who are slotted to go in the second round, like Xavier Legette, Troy Franklin, Jalen Polk is, oh my God, from UW, like Maron. He is unbelievable. You know, this guy is sensational. So there's just a lot of guys that are at their disposal to be selected. They just got to go out and get them this offseason.
Yeah. No, I agree. Really quick, the draft order as it stands right now, hypothetically, Cardinals, Bears, Giants, Patriots. Wouldn't the Bears have that fifth, right? You guys have two
we have the second and third.
Second and third.
Third overall picks, yep.
Okay,
right
yeah. So it wouldn't be Giants. It would be Cardinals, Bears, Patriots, Rams. Rams aren't going to keep that pick.
Yeah, Rams are probably going to. Well, Rams probably they'll be in the top 10. I would imagine.
Where do you have the Giants in that one? Because I think we're going to be the worst team the rest of the season. We ain't got no quarterback. What the fuck? We got Tommy DeVito.
Hey, you got Goodfellas finest, man.
Fuck that shit. I need a top 3 pick. I like what happened.
I just love that his name is Tommy DeVito. And how tall is he too? Is he tall?
Yeah,
what's his height right now?
We're let's actually get into
6'2".
that.
Okay.
Let's get into that actually. Okay. So Tommy DeVito starting for the New York Giants. He helps break a NFL record. Look at this kid already making history, right?
He looks like a good fella, though. He really fucking does.
He does look at
Joe Pesci looking dude, you know?
He's not letting any schmagegi get in here, you know what I mean?
Of the 10 rookie quarterbacks starting at QB this season, it's only week 10. Is this a sign of the young guard taking over? Is this a big deal? Not necessarily a big deal.
Oh, I have disagree, Aiden, but okay.
Sign of the young guard taking over. Who's available? Tyrod's on IR and Jones is done. Like he's the last man standing. It's a whole different game, bro. There's been fallout and there's just nothing left. And at the end of the day, for where we need to be and what this franchise needs, this is the quarterback to take us there. He's going to provide everything we need. He's going to be inept. He's going to be trash. He's going to be moribund. And at the end of the day, we'll be in contention for a bottom pick. We might not win another game this season. Take the under in every Giants game. I'm possibly taking a shutout for the Giants as far as scoring. Maybe I might put 10 because that's what they scored last time versus this Cowboys defense. I expect this to be a blowout. I expect the under to hit. I'm definitely taking the Cowboys. The question is by how many points, But that's like an automatic bet. Like, I'm betting everything negative on the Giants. Everything negative. I'm trying to take all the money on this shitstorm that I can get. Oh yeah.
You guys are projected to be 4.
Yeah, well, you know what? Hopefully we end up higher than that.
Hey, he may be
and according to someone very, very close from what I'm looking at here, a person that I actually have to fucking play against in Polly's goddamn playoff. Or no, I think I play him in pros with Joe's. God damn it. No, I think it's Polly's playoff. I play him in Polly's playoff. Let me double check. Yeah. It's you guys are projected 4. Here's the problem. Your team needs, most of all, quarterback becomes dead last at the list, believe it or not, because you need a guard, you need a guard, you need a center, you need a corner, you need a DT, you need an edge, you need a receiver, a running back, and a QB. Adoree Jackson's going to be gone. Saquon's going to be gone. Paris Campbell's going to be gone. Isaiah Simmons.
I'm sorry. First of all, I don't think if you're not trading Saquon now, more than likely you're probably going to sign Saquon. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It makes zero sense to not trade him.
Oh my god!
No. I'm just saying it makes then you fucked up by not trading him at the deadline, knowing this is a shit team. It's either one or the other. Because guess what? He's the face of your fucking franchise. He sells tickets. He sells jerseys. He makes up his contract. You could say everything you want about it, but he is a charismatic, energetic guy.
Really quick. Despite all of those needs, knowing the New York Giants,
I'm thinking a fucking quarterback. Get the fuck out of here.
And I think it's going to be Drake May.
Drake May, it's possible.
Honestly,
I mean,
whatever.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be in the running for Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams can go before you guys select. But
Caleb Williams could potentially end up to your Bears.
I don't know. I love Caleb Williams. I think he's a phenomenal player. This has nothing to do with him. I don't want him. I want Justin Fields. We're good where we're at. I don't want Caleb Williams. I know he's special. I know he's all-time great. I think we already have a special all-time great quarterback. I just think we haven't set him up for success. I love Penix too. I'm a UW guy, you know? But no, on the real though, with Tommy DeVito, he may play like ass for the remainder of the season or for however long he's playing. But you know what's going to be on point? His fucking mic'd up sessions. Okay, I just can't wait to hear him channel his inner Tommy DeVito from Goodfellas and just be calling everyone, "You motherfucking what?" and just going in on everyone. You rat piece of shit.
I'm not going to be shocked if he is just completely. Like not what we expect.
He's just the chillest, most professional sounding dude. You know?
Yeah, like I have a feeling that's what we're gonna get out of him.
He's like Andrew Luck, but handshaking every pass rusher after he knocks him down. You know.
I think that the story is cute, but at a plus 900, Giants about to get their shit pushed.
Yeah, they're about to get their ass rocked, man.
It's done. It's done. And it's so sad because it's gonna be against Dallas. And the thing is, the NFC East needs that. We have to play Seattle this week, which I'm fairly confident in. Honestly, Hal's playing fucking lights out. Very, very, very confident. So Deion stopped paying Robbie for lip service per sources. Yo, whoa, pause. Holy shit. No, Shadur needs to we're gonna talk about that in a minute. All right, you know what? I have nothing else to really say about the Giants topic other than don't fuck up the draft by not getting a QB first. You guys are stupid if you keep Saquon. You need to blow up the whole fucking operation. Here's what you do. You take the whole current scheme that you got right now and you wrap that bitch up in C4. You duct tape it all around. And then you take all the bad shit that's been happening, all the insanity, and you just run, and you blow it all up. Blow it all up.
Because you are right.
Been healthy.
You were a playoff team because Ron Rivera forgot that we had the fucking ball in the fourth quarter because he's old as shit.
Isn't that,
We won the
that's
first round
mean.
matchup we
That
had.
is
mean.
literally the reason why you end up.
There's so many old coaches, though. They're all
Yeah,
grandpas, you
hold on,
know.
hold on, no,
Listen,
right,
all you
no,
sound like is
David,
you're giving me
There's literally a
excuses.
thread. There's literally a thread. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
this was the most hilarious
Mhm.
therapeutic shit that I've ever seen in my life. It's literally just a thread in a commanders group, a group that I've been a part of for a long time. And in one of it, and like one of the posts in it was shit that Ron Rivera says after a press conference.
Mhm.
People were posting real fucking quotes.
Mhm.
But if you read it, because like the internet's internet, like
Yeah.
you know, like you don't know what's real. When you read it and you're like, oh shit, I remember this. Oh, wait,
Mhm.
oh, and you see the long list of dumbassery, you're like,
No,
because
I
he's such a good talker, though, but because he's such a good talker, you don't catch it. Like only when he says like really dumb shit.
I know he's struggled with the Commanders. I still believe he has the capability of head coach. If he listen, I would rather have him over Matt Eberflus all day, every day, any fucking day of the week. Okay, you want Matt Eberflus in exchange?
No,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know,
no.
this is a guy who led the Panthers to the Super Bowl, and that wasn't. I know that was almost 10 years ago, but still.
Hey, listen, you know, Harbaugh, I know that
Len-
you're doing the whole stealing signs shit, but you want him back in the NFL?
I would love to have him back. He was my number one choice in the
Come
offseason.
come steal signs and shit for
Before
us.
we got
Come
Eberflus.
steal plays for us. I
Well,
don't care about the cheating.
I don't know. I mean, the fucking fines and penalties are pretty stiff from the NFL too. Ask Belichick about that shit. You
I'm
know.
being funny. I'm being funny.
Yeah.
I want to.
No, I know, yeah.
Fuck that. Give me a Super Bowl, bitch.
No, hey, I'll sell out. Listen. I would do some egregious shit just to get a Super Bowl. Some borderline felonious shit. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that.
Bro,
But I'm kidding.
I have a kidney. I'm ready to fucking sell.
Yeah. You know what?
This is why he will be forever known as Eli the Great.
Dude.
Eli the motherfucker.
Notice how we both got quiet when he said it. We were like, what?
Yeah, where did that come from?
This
That's
man
what you were
brought
just
up-
saying about what you would do for a Super Bowl.
Oh, would you do some fucked up shit just to get?
Wouldn't have to. Eli the Great, baby.
What
Oh,
does
God.
Eli have to do with getting a Super Bowl now?
Right. Okay, well, you know,
Wait, what?
you didn't get no
the
Super Bowl
fuck
since
did
you've
you
been
just
alive,
say?
motherfucker.
Like what?
Has
Like,
your team gotten the Super Bowl since you've been alive? That's what I mean.
so, but that's not.
So, but that's
Well, actually,
not-
technically, they won in '91. You were born in '91, right? '90,
Yeah,
Robbie.
Yeah,
So he was alive. Yeah.
yeah, I was.
Look at the
alive,
Super-
Yeah,
you were like a fucking what? You watched it.
He remembers that
while you're
shit,
having
you
your
know?
bottle?
I remember that shit.
He,
You
he,
lived
he was
through that?
pounding back some fucking, you know,
Witness a Super Bowl for your
All
home
that
team.
Captain Morgan. You know,
Experience that joy and then come call me.
Bro,
those were the wild days when he was right out of the womb.
it's- I mean, it was comedy. Damn,
Oh my god.
damn. Like,
But
we forgot-
listen,
we forgot what jokes were.
I know you want to brag about, Eli Manning, but listen, the New York Giants are about to become the New York Giant gaping holes after this fucking.
We're about
honestly,
to become the
okay?
Drake Mays, motherfucker.
It's
What?
no, you guys have
Wait,
so
wait.
much work to do to get back to
Wait,
where you
wait,
want to
wait.
be, you know?
I want to go back.
They
to
say
something
that.
in the chat. Hold on. Getting into the fucking Shadur talk.
Mm-hmm. Do you like Shadur as a prospect?
Hold on. Here's where I'm going with this. Okay, so in a recent interview, Shadur stated that he feels like he is a mix of Tom Brady and Michael Vick on the field. Here's where I have a problem with it. With it, it's one. I was already good. Everyone has brought up these comparisons, and especially because like you and Brady are fucking buds, you know.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
homies with him.
Exactly. So like, there's that.
Mhm.
For you yourself, let us do that. Let us say that. Right now, you're not winning games.
Mhm.
Right now, it had what all the doubters have said. You are proving them right. Now, that's not going to last forever. You're going to come back next season. You're going to recruit a shit ton of players. You won enough games and stayed in enough games to where, like, kids are looking like, oh, Coach Prime, I'm exactly who you need to make your program better. They're going to get top recruits. It'll be fine. That part, their future is still bright. The whole him or media outlets kind of re-bringing up, oh, well, he's going to stay, he's not declaring for 2024,
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, we already knew this. We've said that on this podcast multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
One, his dad wants him to graduate.
Yeah.
His dad wants him to graduate. Because should anything ever fucking happen to him in a football field, what has Dion always said? I want to make sure that my son finishes his education.
Yeah.
He has something to fall back on. So trying to big it up and like make it like something bigger than what it was. That shit was crazy. I do see where there can be some Brady and Vic. The thing is, those are two totally different players, and being a mix of those two may not be the best thing because of how different that they are. You need to pick one. Are you going to be the prototypical black scrambling quarterback? Because that's what Vic pretty much was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep it real. That's what the media labeled him as, and that's what it was back then. Are you going to be that and try and bring that style back? Or are you going to be like your mentor, Brady, who is trying to teach you and trying to show you, the ropes?
Mm-hmm.
Your problem is that you hold on to the fucking ball too long. Your problem is also that you don't have the personnel that some of the other schools have. So was
that his problem, or is that just the school's problem, though?
That's just the school's problem. How everyone ramped and raved. Oh, all the recruits that Coach Sanders has.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he got a shit ton of fucking recruits doesn't mean that shit's going to change overnight. Culture doesn't change overnight.
No, yeah, it's going to take some time for that team to get, to be a legit title contender,
Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I am impressed with what they've done, but there's still more that needs to be done.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised because of the way things have trended if you wanted to stay at Colorado to get some business done before he leaves, because they're not going to be proven anything by the year's end from a team standpoint, and maybe not boost his stock as high as it really could be, and
that's a big piece of it too. He wants to have his stock boosted. He also wants to be in that class with the Ewers and like Manning would be the year after him. He's trying to be in that because that's where like shit's going to get really crazy.
Well, I do think he's a first round pick. I just don't think he's like probably top 10. He's probably like top 20, 25, somewhere along the lines of that, I do think he's better actually than Michael Penix, but if he wants to be the top 5, like staying a year, I think would help out.
I don't think that he's better than Penix, not yet.
Penix has more help. Penix has 3 receivers that could go in the first round. That is how much help Penix has, on top of a great offensive line too.
Exactly, and that's where the big difference is. I want to see Shedeur with weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I want to see him with fucking talent, and I also want to see from also the business standpoint. Hey, if you can fucking transfer from Colorado and sell it out, you got them attaching jumbotrons and shit to the fucking stadium. They're renovating the stadium. If you could do that. Oh. But what are you going to do for my NFL team?
I think he does have some talent right now. It's just going to take some time to develop even more. And Travis Hunter, Donovan Edwards, all these guys. It's just I think the big thing for Colorado is that defense is just not giving him much help at all. Like on the opposite end, for one thing, But
Shiloh's having to do way too much of the fucking work.
Or Dylan Edwards, not Donovan Edwards. Excuse me.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. But like Shiloh's having to do way too much of the work and having to overcompensate way too much. He looks great at safety. The rest of that defense has no fucking flow. No sauce.
It's pretty bad.
No sauce. Like the fucking linebackers ain't shit. Them boys getting smoked. Like And I'm like, yo, Shiloh does not need to be coming down to your zone to fucking lay a hit. To like, yeah, the defense is terrible. I'm glad that we got to fit that in because that was not on the show sheet. So I'm happy that we got to talk about that for over.
Did you hear that someone had said that Dion floating Dion as a possible NFL head coaching candidate? Someone I was like, let's pump the brakes. I love Dion, and I'm not saying he can't get to that point, but not right now. Not right now. Even if he wanted to, you know?
He doesn't want to. He does not want
exactly. He doesn't want to, you know?
Yeah, he does not. Yeah.
I thought that shit was wild, though. I was like, you're fucking tripping, you know?
The money's too damn good in college.
Yeah.
NFL playoff picture is really, really, really starting to shape up. Okay. I want to know from you guys, what in the hunt team can snag a spot, and also who do you see falling out of contention who's currently in contention? We'll start with the AFC just because of how weak the NFC is. That's going to be a loaded conversation. Taco, we'll start with you. Who are you thinking in the AFC when we look at let's try and keep it kind of like the four that are out that are in the hunt, like the top four that are in the hunt?
Well, obviously, then I'm going to go with the Bills. I mean, the low-hanging fruit here. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, they're on a little bit of a bad streak in the fact that, you know, they lost that last game. They're 5-4, and the AFC North still has to play each other. So by virtue of all these games where all these teams are going to beat themselves up, I mean, we have 4 teams from the AFC North right now in the playoffs. I think this really gives way for the Bills to make their way into the playoff picture and be that, you know, playoff team that we always see. I think that they're going to get it together, and Von Miller is only going to get healthier, and that team is a team that I wouldn't bet against missing the playoffs.
Okay.
So we're asking a team that's in the hunt that can potentially snag a spot. If I had to say a team that could fall out, it's the Buffalo Bills. It is. I would agree with Taco. I don't think they will though. But I'm going to
wait. You said that can't fall out or fall in.
That can fall out of a playoff spot is the Buffalo Bills.
They're not. They're right now. They're in the hunt. So they're at 8.
No. Yeah, no. Okay, they're not. I'm sorry. You're right. Excuse me. What I'm trying to say was that a team that everyone's expecting to make the playoffs, but could ultimately fall out. So I guess we're talking about a team that's currently not in the hunt.
Who's currently not in the hunt that you see getting in? So who's already in? Like if the season were to end right now, you got Chiefs, Ravens, Jags, Dolphins, Steelers, Browns, Bengals.
Yeah.
Those would
the
be
Houston Texans.
Texans, okay.
Yes. The Houston Texans were a team that I have been touting as a very, very much legitimate dark horse team. The way D'Amico Ryans has been getting that defense going with Jalen Petrie, with Jonathan Greenard. There's just a lot to love about what he's doing with this offense. And CJ Stroud, do you guys know who the most efficient deep ball thrower in the league right now is?
It is CJ Stroud.
It's CJ fucking Stroud. He's completing damn near 60% of his passes on 20-yard passes, 20-plus yard passes this year. He's got a 6 touchdown to 0 interception TD to interception ratio this season as well on deep ball passes. He's been electrifying, not just from a rookie standpoint, but from an NFL general landscape standpoint in general. It's been thoroughly impressive to see him play, man. The way he's been able to just meticulous and he's starting to get the smarts of a franchise quarterback, like knowing what his strengths are right now as a rookie and playing within those strengths, like not taking too many dangerous gunslinging chances downfield that aren't going to be comfortable or what's the word? Auspicious for his team's success. Okay, I really do tip my hat to the control that this guy has from the pocket, his ability to throw under pressure, his clutchness, which we saw on full fucking display against the Buccaneers last week. I'm I'm thoroughly fucking impressed with this kid, man. He's unbelievable. And I knew he was going to be up there, even though I had Bryce Young a little bit higher on my list. It was damn near neck and neck between these two. Damn near neck and neck between him and CJ Stroud. So I thought the world of him just as much as I pretty much did with Bryce Young. I think I just am thoroughly impressed with him. The way he helped evolve Nico Collins' game, identifying one-on-one matchups, helping him elevate himself into a legitimate jump ball wide receiver. Tank Dell may end up being the most valuable rookie wide receiver in the league when it's all said and done. He's been playing lights out as of lately. Love what I'm seeing from them, honestly. This Texans team, do not sleep on them. I know they got maybe an inauspicious matchup this week against the Bengals, but I don't put it past the red hot rookie phenom to keep up with Joe Burrow, man. This guy can do some special things already in year one.
Okay. I like that. For me, I am also I wanted to champion the Texans.
Yeah.
Chargers have a tough schedule coming up, and it's
Brandon fucking Staley too.
It's Brandon fucking Staley. Like I can't even get to go different than either of you two. What I will say is that the Bills are worrying me. The Bills do worry me. I'm very, 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 very nervous about Buffalo. This could be a year where we're talking about, oh wow, Josh Allen missing the playoffs. Holy fuck, that just happened. Sean McDermott missed the playoffs. Whoa, like what's going on? Should that happen, we already know that Stephon Diggs is going to throw a bitch fit. Like he is going to flip. Life's not going to be well. They are playing the Broncos this week. It is an easy win, whereas the Texans just off a week-to-week basis right now, they have to go against the Bengals next. That is a tough situation. You're battling, you're trying to get, stay right there in the thick. You've really got to beat the Bengals, but the thing is that the Bengals are on a stride. I know that we're going to talk about some of the receivers, or some of the injuries to the receivers later on. But in terms of that Bengals Texans game, like the way that Burrow's playing right now, even if he's playing with a bunch of twos out there, it's going to be very tough to fucking beat them. And the way that defense is playing right now, it's going to be very tough, very, very tough. You ain't playing against the Bucks this time, Stroud. It's different.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah. Now he's playing a legit contender.
Getting into the NFC here, obviously, at the top of everything, you got the Eagles, Lions, Niners, Saints, Seattle Seahawks, Cowboys, Vikings. In the hunt, you have Washington, Atlanta, Tampa, Green Bay. I know we could, even if we want to like acknowledge the Rams right there, like as like a fifth. We can. What are your thoughts on the NFC? This shit is topsy-turvy. Like anything can fucking happen.
Yeah. Going with Taco first, right?
Yeah, Taco, you go first. We'll let you go first.
I mean, the NFC, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what Tyler Heineke can do with the Falcons, because they're in a spot and they have a lot of talent. Last week they didn't have London. They lost a crazy game versus the Vikings, but I think Heineke, with London might be able to put something together. Maybe they can start using Bijan Robinson properly. And we might see a team that you might not want to face in the playoffs, because they do have that dynamic running game, which a dynamic running game in the playoffs is could be always a nightmare. And then you add some big play receivers. So I'm really interested to see with the Falcons, especially with that potential QB move.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Who you got falling out that would get the Falcons in?
If I was looking at this right now,
I mean, the Saints are in their division, so I mean, and they're locked in at 4 right now. If everything were to end,
it would be the team that I just spoke about that they lost to, those Vikings, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have Dobbs out there. The question is how is he going to be able to hold up for the remaining of the schedule? It's only a 1 game difference between them now, or 1 game to tie, 2 to take the lead. So about a 2-game difference for them to get back in. But at the end of the day, I think that, that would be the team. If you were going to say a team that's going to fall out, that would fall out. And, to Lee's point, yeah, you have a good run offense with a good defense that travels in the playoffs.
David.
I forgot to say the team that I would have fallen out for the AFC would be the Browns, by the way, and it'd be because of Deshaun and the inconsistent ground game. But for the NFC, in lieu of for the Texans to make the playoffs. In the NFC, though, if I had to say who would be falling out, I'm surprised. Yeah, the Vikings have climbed their asses into this fucking playoff picture. It's wild as shit. Josh Dobbs coming off that heroic triumphant win last week. Late in the game.
Football.
Yeah, I tip my hat. And I'm so happy for him, man. That guy is such a lovable dude. Like, you can't help but want to cheer him on, man. And I just wish him the absolute best in replacing in relief of Kirk Cousins when he's injured. But I would have to say them, I would say them. The Vikings would potentially miss out in lieu of the Washington Commanders. I think the Washington Commanders would be making the playoffs. I'm going to stick to my guns on this. I'm nervous as shit. I'm pissing my pants about it, okay? But you know what? This Commanders team, there's something about it. There's something about Ron Rivera. I defend Ron Rivera. I love me. If I'm biased, if I'm his bastard son. No, I'm kidding. No. That would be me. No, I love Ron Rivera so much. You can't help but love this dude. I believe in him. I believe he can get back to the glory days that he had with the Carolina Panthers. And I'm still butthurt as shit that we let him go from being a defensive coordinator after we last went to the Super Bowl in 2006, and it's never been the same ever since for my Bears. But anyways, it's a little bit of stress relief there. The Vikings would miss the playoffs. The Commanders would make it. I think Terry McLaurin is starting to get hot. We're going to see better things coming out of him. Jahan Dotson has finally been getting some things going after that early start to the that early rough start to the season. So I'm really digging what I've been seeing as of lately from him. He's got 178 yards and 12 catches over the last 2 games with 2 touchdowns, man. And against decent defenses, man. We're talking about Philadelphia and New England with legit secondaries,
And honestly, that performance against the Patriots last week, least amount of points allowed on the season for us. So
what's that?
Least amount of points on the season for us. So something is they saw something in the guys that we had in the backups that we can maybe move forward with. I like I said, I like that take there. Obviously, who would be falling out in order for that to happen?
Like I said, the Vikings. The Vikings would fall.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of question marks about their defense, and I like Josh Dobbs, but I think he's a good bridge quarterback right now. Like, I think he absolutely deserves to, even next year, because he's not going to be starting for the Vikings next year. I hope he goes to a bridge team to start. But with that being said, I don't think he can carry games quite yet. I don't think he's reached that level yet. He can do fine. He can get you 2 touchdowns here and there, but as far as like 400 yards, CJ Stroud level, Josh Allen level, Patrick Mahomes level, no, I don't see that right now. And because of that, I have some concerns with it. And Justin Jefferson's out too, Yeah,
at least that's because Curtis Samuel's out. I mean, hey, look, but the ball disbursement period throughout the year has been chef's kiss. For me, I think that the Saints and Falcons swap. I think the Falcons end up catching the Saints, and the Falcons end up taking the South.
I would agree with that too.
I could see. I agree with the Vikings possibly falling out, but I also could see them hanging on to 7. So I'll leave them at 7. I could see Washington taking Dallas.
Of course you would. As a fucking Commanders fan, you're like, any way I can just diss and shit on this shithole Cowboys team, I'm going to fucking do it,
I could see Washington taking Dallas. Dak's not good down the stretch. November's not his friend.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's not Dak's friend.
What do you think is the key for them to?
Not Jack's friend.
Are you how much? Okay, I do have one question because we've talked about the defense, and even though they've lost two defensive stars on their defense line, they still got Jonathan Allen and Deron Payne. I think they're fine on the defensive line, honestly, with all things considered. There's some worries a little bit with their linebacking core, but how much of a role? Because we've talked about Sam Howell and all that. How much of a role do you think Brian Robinson will play down the stretch for them in their potential route to success?
Oh, I think we're really about to lean on Miniman. I think
okay. I'm curious. Yeah.
And Gibson, in tandem, if that has actually, with the opportunities that he's been given, has been okay. He just needs to be more secure, sure-handed in the passing role there. But I think that there is something that we can put together. We can, either slither our way into that 7 or 6 spot. Something just tells me Dallas comes up short. Something tells me Dallas comes up short. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to hate on the Cowboys. It's not because I'm a Washington fan, And then I actually have one more prediction.
What's that?
Aiden brought up the fact that Slap, what's good, bro? What is good?
Slap yourself.
Falcons defense is actually really good, believe it or not.
Their secondary is pretty decent. Jesse Bates has been awesome there.
Exactly. And AJ Terrell ain't nothing to fuck with. I have Seattle swapping with San Fran.
Seattle swapping with San Fran. Oh, now that is spicy.
Seattle's 5. I think that
interesting.
Both those teams in the West, both take L's this week.
Ooh, interesting. I'm trying to remember
who. Seattle now the balance that tips the scales in Seattle's favor to where they can now it's just about them winning games and staying a step.
Their backs up against the wall. The pressure is mounting, but they'll capitalize on it.
Exactly. So that type of adversity, good for that Seattle Seahawks team. San Fran not playing well right now. Trent Williams having a setback. Those things aren't going to bode well. You need Trent Williams in order for things to flow. I get the Debo coming back. Cool. You need Trent Williams.
Yeah. Oh, he's a big part, especially that ground game. And pass pro, obviously. But wow, 3-game skid turns into a 4-game skid for the 49ers. That's damn. Yeah, I mean that's interesting. I mean, they are playing against the Jags, so I'm not shitting on that take because I believe they're at Jacksonville, right? Yeah.
So as of week 10, here's how I got it going. Okay. As we head into week 10, as we are in week 10 right now. I feel it finalizes as Eagles, Lions, Seahawks, Falcons, Niners, Commanders, and I'll leave the Vikings at 7.
Ooh. So you are keeping the Vikings. The Falcons were a dark horse team for me to win the NFC South. I don't know if I'm going to pick them still. I know I said they were a dark horse team, and I originally thought it was the Panthers, and second was the Falcons. And I feel like I should take the Falcons, but I don't know. This Bucs team, Baker is actually playing really well.
No, yeah. Baker ain't the fucking problem.
He's not the fucking problem,
Exactly. Play calling, some of the play calling, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The Steelers just be running out there lazy sometimes.
And the defense coughing up 39 points last week to the fucking Texans, to a rookie. I mean, he's great, but, he's a rookie, though.
Yeah, I don't have much faith in the Rams. I don't have much faith in the Packers. Bucks, I'm sorry. And yeah.
I don't blame you for that, though. I don't blame you for that. I do like, though, that you did pick the Seahawks over the 49ers. That was my preseason pick, that the Seahawks would circumvent the 49ers in division. They'd both make the playoffs, just like you said, too.
Nope. Yeah. So, hey, I'll take anyone. Spicy.
There you go. Spicy.
Let's go.
Pizzazz on that shit.
We are gonna get in a halftime. I'm gonna let everybody stretch really quick.
Straight out on that motherfucker.
Flame it up.
Get on everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Denver's rising star. He's originally from Orlando, but he out here. He's been out here a couple years now, so he Colorado. This is Shama Noel with Sugar Mom.
You don't have to worry, it's my time right now, cause the boy about to blow up. They gon' pay me before I show up. Why you hating? You don't know us. Never make it what they told us. But we don't listen to haters, we just keep.
I bad in Miami when no land, ain't got no understanding. Out of here, I'm burning, or turn me up, you can't understand it. In the club, posted up, they lit up, no matter where I'm standing. Drop CLD for the Cuban link, yeah, you see it there. Might spaz out on some taller shit, no one zero tolerance. Money conversations ain't hard to relate, it's hollering. See my net, they acknowledge it, good friend, girl, when you're not.
Stick to the plot, hey, stick to the plot, hey, stick to the plot, hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. Just stick to the plot, hey, stick to the plot, hey, stick to the plot, hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. See, life's kinda funny. You stick to the road to the riches and hope you don't crash like some dummy. To get to this money, you cut every piece of the pie to find out you sliced into an onion. Now let's change the subject. These niggas who think they got something, but actually they end up with nothing. It's getting disgusting. I'm tired of the fucking assumptions. I'm about to blow up like a Russian, so stick to the plan. When you lose it, gotta get it again. Keep it moving, never stick in the sand. Even when tired, like Michelin Man, shit, I know I'm the man, so I don't give a damn about opinions. I'm racking up millions, you stacking up pennies. She throwing it back in the back of the venue. Now we taking off. man in his feelings. Now back to the business. Back to the lab with my niggas. Actually back doing laps in the trenches. It's my second home. I ain't have to go visit. I stay resident, embedded to live in the life of a nigga. By day we just niggas. At night we the victim. The life of go get 'em. So I'ma go get it. I stick to my plan and I stay on my mission to plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. So this is my message. Sometimes you just living in life, be an actor. Don't try to direct it. Now let's change directions. It's like that we live full of lessons. Don't count chickens, start counting blessings before they go missing. I promise you, I'm on a mission. I want something, I'ma go get it. No hidden intentions. I open my eyes, saw my vision. Now everyone see that I'm gifted. I'm rapping like Christmas. You niggas just under a tree. I'm smoking it, not metaphorically. I'm smoking no tree. No one's smoking on me. So when I say you're under it, no, that means me. I'm a poet MC and I'm living my dream. Hoping that hopefully you see the hope in me. And if you don't, fuck it, cause I'm all I need. Keep my ear to the game and my mind to the streets. I'm a beast. Stick to the plan. Stick to the number one mission at hand. Stay true to yourself and give your life meaning. And fuck their opinions, they won't understand. To get to the top, gotta give all you got. Only getting one shot, so give up or not until your heart stops. Gotta stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. Just stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the plot. Hey, stick to the script. Sometimes you get what you get, so don't try to go and chase shit. Just stick to the
Yeah. Bow. Bow.
Yeah, I don't know if you have the contact information for the actress who plays Sugar Mom, but if you could feel free to send her my information, that'd be appreciated. I just have a couple questions, if you don't mind.
Just the attention to detail.
Yeah.
Like, in both of
It's really
those,
good, really well edited. Yeah.
I was like, damn, like, and like Shama for that video, like he had like like some of it was filmed here in Denver, but some of it was filmed like back like in his home or Orlando,
That's dope.
and like that. Believe it or not, like that joint is like going crazy on like the TikToks, like the reels and shit, and, like Instagram, like, and he had hit me up. He was like, "Yo," he was like, "Throw my video out there." He was like, I see like the girls that you're around, like you're with. He was like, "Can you get like a couple of them to like do reels of this shit?" So like when I go out tomorrow, like, hey, like, yo, you trying to hop up in this joint with me? Like,
Oh my god.
And he's gonna. His music is blowing up, like he's getting like music checks and shit.
You get some legit talent on here, man, with these videos, man. They're fucking.
He's willing to cut me a little money to like do a couple of reels and shit, while I'm out at the bars. But hey, like, yo, you trying to hop up on my TikTok really quick, Boom. How many moms going to bathrooms with Robbie? Yo, milfs galore, dog. That's
the only thing that's on his menu, It's
bro,
Robbie, the cougar hunter.
Yeah, And now we watch as Robbie goes on the prowl for some cougars,
Bloody hell, mate. This was wild fun.
Now this is not.
Yeah. This is a very tenacious young lad. Oh god.
Before we get back in the show, I mean, just like kind of like but even Radio Ray, I was in the army with them. Well, he was in the army. I was in the Air Force, but like we both served at the same time. And great dude. And his music's blowing up really fucking well. The new album did well, and I'm excited for the one that he's already cooking up now. And just that music video, just the acting and everything, like him, and that was actually the video director and the song producer that was in the video with him, and like just like having like play like the good cop, the bad cop, but then like also like playing like the director, but then like homie who's also like a video director, like being the director in like and acting as I love
that's gonna be
it.
so challenging to do. I feel like managing both like aspects of being an actor and a director, just on like any video project, you know.
Just from what like I know of like behind the scenes of like how like just that whole video was like concocted. It was a lot. It was a lot of stress. It was a lot of shooting. And it was like crazy editing, but like it came out. It came out the way that Ray envisioned it. It came out, and like that's just dope. Let's get back into some football talk. We're gonna talk some fantasy football really quick. Sorry, David. This is gonna,
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can answer it. Just I'll give a little spin on it, if you will.
Yeah. Because it's gonna, fantasy points and things. Not.
Yeah, I don't know. That shit's like fucking hieroglyphics to my ass,
Yeah.
Yeah.
While fantasy managers are waiting for Justin Jefferson to return, they're also having to deal with the injuries of superstars like T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Nico Collins. What have been some good pivots that you are playing to help yourself in these types of positions? Taco, you are you and I, we play fantasy football. I'll let you start off. And I know that you have some Nico Collins, so definitely going to let you start off.
Yeah, I mean, because the pivot, I mean, is the other guy that I'm riding high on that I had plenty of shares on last week, and that's Tank Dell. If he's available any and everywhere, you get him now. Yeah. I mean, I've held him. I never let that dude go. It's like one of those songs, never gonna give you up, never gonna turn around. So I was on that. And then David made another great suggestion. Dotson, baby. He's starting to rock and roll. So now I'm saying, you know what? You's gonna get a little check in my lineup. Check. He's gonna play in my lineup this week too. Those are two guys that I would definitely be pivoting to. That might be available in your leagues that I definitely look back. Take a look at.
I think I would say Tank Dell, maybe someone who I know definitely buy into his stock now. I mean, the way this guy has been panning out, as of lately, it's been incredible to watch, man. Like, I mean, this is the guy. What's that?
I said, and we've been beating that drum here.
I know, right? And CJ Stroud was beating that same fucking drum too this offseason,
Yep. And
he was like, draft him now. Draft him. Like, he was telling the Texans to do that, And I think, honestly, like, this game, this against the Bucs, which is a great – listen, the Bucs, whether you think they're a playoff team or not, doesn't matter what, in that regard, what I'm about to bring up. This is still a legit bona fide top-notch defense nonetheless. I know they had an off week against allowing 39 points to the Texans, but I don't think this defense is slowing down anytime soon in terms of seeing its better days drifting away from them. I think this is still a very good, including their secondary, what they have at their disposal with Jamel Dean, Antoine Winfield Jr., even Carlton Davis II, who got exposed a lot when matched up against Tank Dell last week. There's still a lot to love about this secondary. So, and this defense collectively. So for Tank Dell to be thriving against veteran guys, Super Bowl champions even, I'm thoroughly impressed with this guy. I think the sky is the limit for him, for one thing. If I had to say another receiver that may be available, Christian Kirk might be someone interesting. And I hate available. Well, how are we defining who's available, who's not exactly?
Rostership.
Okay, so
he's available over 60%.
60%.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Well, what's Tank Dell's then?
Tank Dell is now fairly rostered, but I mean, at least if you already have him, then like you could slide him in. Christian Kirk's likely already going to be in your starting lineup, so like you'd be looking at like, it gets benches can get pretty ugly. I mean, you could be having to start a JSN. You could have him be starting at George Pickens. Like it gets really ugly because all of your other guys are already, for the most part, gonna be a part of your lineup. You're probably gonna have to flex, running backs, things of that nature. It's gonna be very, very tough. I mean, I'm in a lot of receivers, or I'm in a lot of leagues where it's 3 receiver sets. So me not having a Higgins, me not having a Chase, me not having a Justin Jefferson, or a Nico Collins hurts me in a lot of places.
What about DeAndre Hopkins then? I know his stock wasn't as high going into this season. Could that count?
Okay, I'll go with that. I like that. I like that because Hopkins has been a start sit.
I like him because I know a lot of people. The reason I probably should have looked this up beforehand, so this is on me in terms of how often he was rostered because I didn't know this was what it entailed with the question. But I know a lot of people were very pessimistic about him this year. They were like, he's getting old. The tread's worn on his tires. I was not one of those people, and I think he's kind of proven me right to some degree. I mean, over the last couple of weeks, especially, dear God, I mean, that debut with Will Levis, it was like they were Siamese fucking twins with how they were, just connecting left and right. It was incredible for 3 touchdowns for 128 yards on just 4 catches, man. This has looked like vintage DeAndre Hopkins, back in the Houston days, And I think even with Will Levis and the struggles that he's bound to go through, there's something about this kid, man. There's something about him that maybe I could be dead wrong when it's all said and done. Even against the Steelers, I know he didn't play all that well, but there were certain decisions that I'm not accustomed to seeing from rookie quarterbacks make in terms of the ball security, in terms of where he needs to be, panning his eyes to, where keeping his head on his swivel, making his progressions. He is doing a lot of things that you don't normally see from rookie quarterbacks, and I think what he's going to be doing for the remainder of the season, for as long as he's healthy and starting, is going to be looking towards DeAndre Hopkins' way. I don't think it's going to be Treylon Burks. I think it's going to be the proven veteran who's still showing he can ball out, who still can get. Yeah, and I mean, for those who are hyping him up, and I'm not gonna write him off as a bust yet. I think it's way too early to do that.
It's
1.5 seasons. Come on now.
Check this out, Dave. Robbie wrote off Joe Burrow at the start of the season and wrote him back on. Like, it was a couple of games.
I said.
You said, oh, he's stuttering. He's stuttering.
Looking at him, I said it was going to be a while. I rode with what was happening.
You were putting him in the Judy camp.
Well, remember what he said about Tua. Let's not forget about the Tua stuff, okay?
No, let's not.
The Marquise Brown.
I've been saying to it.
Those receipts.
I've even been on air being like, what does this guy have to do? Fucking walk on water in order for y'all to cut him a break? For me, pivots that I'm running with, look, like, I know Jahan Dotson had a personal matter this week. Dotson's definitely a guy that I'm willing to trot out there. Tyler Boyd is one that I really want you guys to go and look at. Tyler Boyd is going to see an increase in targets. I don't think that it's going to be the Trenton Irwin show. Can we stop fucking trying to hype up Trenton Irwin? It will be Tyler Boyd that'll step up in that role. Chase managers, we're still hanging on a wish and a fucking prayer. It's a back injury. He hit the ground really fucking hard. I think that at least Chase will play, and I think that Chase will play through. I think that it will come down to it being a game time decision. In regards to Chase, Higgins is already ruled out. So it hurts. It hurts to be starting in place of Higgins because your wide receiver 1 and 2 are pretty much already filled. And you're replacing a guy that was probably already in your 2 or 3 spot. In regards to Higgins, it's Dotson, it's JSN, it's it's going to be guys like that.
I like JSN. Yeah.
If you got to tank Dell, it's gonna be tank Dell. There's a league where I'm so damn where I'm so damn loaded that it's like, okay, do I play Olave? Like do I have to pull Olave and put him in the starting lineup? Maybe you could pull off a last minute trade or something like that in your league, but like I'm about to do and try and go and Fucking John Dodson.
I think his stock is trending up. I am surprised you picked Tyler Boyd though, because prior to the last 2 weeks, this guy was averaging like 6.8 yards per catch, man.
Well, there's going to be no.
I
Higgins
loved him in the past, but this year
with no Higgins this week though.
From a fantasy standpoint, though, he's wide receiver 48 on the year, 70% rostered, 40% started. Let's see here. Against a team like San Fran, he had 14.6. Yeah, last week he had 8.6, but you had the star guys up in that lineup as well. You're the wide receiver 3. I'm expecting you to get around a neighborhood of about 8, 9, 10 points anyways. But I mean 14, 16.
You also have to think Boyd. Boyd should have a better game with Higgins more than likely trending to be out in this game.
But
Higgins is out. He's already been rolled out.
Yeah. So then definitely Boyd isn't up in this game. You would think his production wise.
But Higgins has already missed a couple games this year. I'm just saying.
But this is going to be a big game.
It's potentially going to be Higgins and Chase. And if it's Higgins and Chase, then you have to go and start Boyd.
Mm-hmm. No. And I'm not. You could be onto something that he could be trending up. I'm just. Even when Higgins was out like earlier on in the year, because like he missed which games did he miss in particular?
I get what you're saying, but you also have to factor in during some of the time that Higgins was missing. That was at the same point that Joe Burrow was still recovering from the ankle.
Yes, that's true.
So now you kind of have both the Higgins injury with Burrow trending up, and a game that you're hoping to get, or you might need some extra points. And if there's no Chase. Honestly, I hope there's Chase there, but Chase limited. That gives Boyd the best shot for his best numbers, to be honest.
Yep.
You are right about that, because Joe Burrow has been trending up over the last couple of weeks. So has like Tyler Boyd's overall fantasy impact, and because of that, that could mean good things with for Boyd's fantasy stock with Higgins out. There's a point with that. I get it.
Absolutely. That's how I feel like you guys should kind of navigate that, work around that. Let's see here. Next topic that we're gonna get into. These bitches love salsa. Fucking with you're gonna get fucked over. Rari's and roll. You don't let you salsa. With that cold. Now that was something over. They do it off of salsa.
I feel like I'm doing Edward 40 hands all over again back in my freshman year at Wazoo right now.
Oh gosh,
hearing that song.
Wow.
Sorry, I was a little wild back then. Sorry.
I don't know where the fuck that just came from. I'm a wild man.
That was like the anthem, like my freshman year of college. Was Chief Keef's bitches love sauce, raise and rough eyes. So that's what I harken back to, is those wild days at Wazoo my freshman year.
Let's go Rockets. That's all I got to say right now. Jazz look like they sealed the deal, but let's fucking go Rockets.
Shout Sire Spirits. Shout Rockets. Pacers. Kings. Shout Sire Spirits. 50 Cent. Hey, yo, let's do a rum deal. Fuck with your boy. Did you know Sire Spirits is named after his son? It's named after Sire. Yeah.
Sire Spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I need to get my hands on some. Really, really support the brothers' brand. Now he's definitely not going to fuck with me. Last week was a thriller, and I guess we're kind of like hoping for another one. I mean, given the quarterback landscape as of this given moment, this next player, this next team that we're going to talk about, that we have talked about throughout the show, leads us to, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this man is QB 10 on the year in fantasy football, 58% rostered, 38% started. It is no other than Joshua Dobbs, the Rockets, a.k.a. Hemi Neutron, a.k.a. Milk Dud. Look at his fucking head, bro. Look at his head.
Wow.
Does he like that one? I hope he likes that one.
I don't think he'd like that one, but
like that. Hey, yo,
fairly
you remember
accurate.
the Proud Family movie? Y'all remember the Proud Family movie?
Yeah.
Y'all remember the little peanut fucking motherfuckers?
Listen, bro.
Damn it, Rob.
Doesn't he have alopecia or something like that?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure we're talking about a man with some sort of alopecia or something.
He does have alopecia. Yes, he has alopecia.
Okay, I'm
And
sorry.
he's a rocket
Sorry.
scientist.
Yeah, dude.
I can't compare him.
So he's got that head. He's got the size of his head on full display, man. Like he shows how fucking smart he is. You know?
And we're comparing him to a milk dud.
Yeah.
We're comparing.
I didn't mean it.
I
I'm
hate you,
sorry.
Robbie. What the fuck did you just do?
Can't. We'll edit it in post, okay?
Will Smith gonna come out here and just.
Keep up. Yeah, it's gonna be.
I don't condone any of these things he says.
Yeah. Jordan Addison's gonna come here. Keep my QB's name out your fucking mouth. You know.
I'm not saying anything.
You're like, it's just a joke. Damn.
If you got a Will Smith, someone Will Smith, Robbie.
But no, he is QB 10 on the year. Y'all ready for his hold on? Y'all ready for his overall
What's
fantasy
that?
ranking?
Yeah, what's that?
Fucking 12th overall in fantasy.
Damn.
If Dobbs is available, you are getting Dobbs.
Yeah. But he's a super flex at best, right?
Oh my god!
Hey, as a top 10 QB and you're 12th fucking overall in fantasy, bitch, you are now my QB1.
Really?
Give me you and Sam Howell and let's go get a championship together.
Let's put it like
okay. That's fair. That's fair. If you got Sam Howell as your other guy, okay.
Let's put it like this, Dave. I am in one QB league, but I actually have Patrick Mahomes on bye. So I am starting Dobbs as my quarterback, but I actually see Heineke there. And now that I know London is back, I'm having a serious debate.
There's no debate.
But again, to circle back to what Robbie's saying, this man has been running more than I thought, which adds a certain stability to him that is very appealing. And that's to me the Dobbs factor that makes him like almost like, yeah, I can go out there and play. And now if you give him Jefferson back, oh my god, like what happened? What happens if him and Jefferson have like some sort of?
I'm gonna make it even more fascinating. I'm gonna make it even more fascinating. He opened up the season putting up negative 0.02 against Washington, and is still. He has a negative game on his log and is still.
Yeah.
The man didn't even play a full game in his last game. It was like he didn't even know the playbook, bro. How the fuck?
I know, dude. He's like, you know, just
oh my god, the
just
Rockets.
throwing.
Bro, look, it's the real deal.
Yeah, dude.
I'm a fan.
That's why I give him so much respect for coming into the Vikings and just playing and balling out like that. That was impressive, man.
Look, I ain't going front. I'm about to see a trade for fucking Dobbs. First, I'm trying to see if I can get rid of Pickens for Dotson.
Your boy did pick him up in all 22. Just a heads up, you know. This guy.
Good on you.
God, Rockets don't lose this.
So no, like I'm all in. I know the Vikings got to play the Saints. Like I mentioned in our playoff prediction segment, I think Vikings got this. I think that Vikings got this one.
Yeah, I think they got it against Saints. I think the Saints are so overrated. I don't.
Look. It's it. Vikings are plus 124 dogs with a QB that barely knows the fucking system. The over-under's 41, obviously, because that Saints defense. Let's give them,
That's so like
it's a 3-point spread.
And that it's kind of like embarrassing too for the Saints on their end too, because you got this guy who's new to the offense and they don't have a ground game either, and they're still going to trounce that ass potentially, you know?
Yeah. I think that's gonna be a slaughter fest. I think that you know Nightmare on Elm Street, the original.
Yeah,
that's what that game's gonna look like. The Saints are just gonna be in their dreams and you can't fucking get out.
Yeah,
like they're gonna they're gonna they thought that they woke up Sunday morning, but like really they're just like and they're trapped, and it's just Joshua Dobbs rushing, like Joshua Dobbs, angry run, shoulder through a motherfucker's face over and over and over and over again. Madison hasn't been bad for this team. Madison hasn't been bad for fantasy per se. You're not going to have KJ Osborne. That sucks, but you're going to have Addison.
Yeah, Addison's a baller, man. I was saying like Tank Dell. It's either Tank Dell or Jordan Addison who have been the best rookie wide receiver on a legit level, man. They're both pretty fucking special.
The Taysom Hill side of the equation with that Leafs is really, really, really intriguing, right? Just because you know he shot up to tight end 9. He's 105 overall in fantasy. He's 78% rostered. He's still only 60% started, which lets us know that like people still are apprehensive, even though since week 6 it's been 19, 22, 28, 30. He's putting up the fantasy points are only getting larger. The problem with Taysom Hill is when does that gas run out? Because Taysom Hill is a gadget player. There's going to be games where you're not going to be able to run gadget plays. Okay, so when does that break? It's not going to happen against Minnesota. You have a bye coming up with Taysom Hill. I don't know if you're trading for Taysom Hill if you're a 5 or a 6 seed in fantasy. I think that it's worthy of you trying to go and get him. He throws, he catches, he rushes. It's a fucking fantasy cheat code. It's a Konami code. He's a Konami code. Like when it comes to when we talk game theory for what we do, it's a Konami code. You know, he 46% of the snaps he got 30.62 fantasy points, playing 46%. He had 5 targets, 4 receptions, 13 yards, average 2.6 yards per target, 3.25 yards per catch. He had a TD. You're not getting turnovers with Taysom Hill, you know, so that's good. I'm all in.
Do you feel like he's a bit of an underutilized player within the Saints? Like they're not utilizing him as much as they should?
Because he's a gadget.
But I mean, like to have him appear, it feels like once every couple games or whatever, where he actually has a legitimate impact. I don't know. It feels kind of like a disservice to him. I don't know. I always felt like he and Cordell Patterson were two of those guys who are very good gadget players, but like they have an identity. It's not that they're just gadget guys. Like I think they could be like at least a complimentary back, or even for Cordell Patterson, he could be a focal point even. But I don't know. I always felt like they were kind of underutilized.
I think that for really quick, like not to get like too off topic, I think that for players like that, what Atlanta did with Cordell, I think that we need to be seeing that with the way that they designate him as the Joker. I think that we need to start seeing more of that for these type of gadget players. That's what they're designated as. You're a wild card. You're a Joker. You can do it all. So that way we're able to identify. For guys that are just all around football players, the dual position shit. Like, okay, so when Travis Hunter gets in the NFL, and let's say he just happens to play both sides. I'm about to get fantasy points galore, like especially in IDP leagues. Like, I'm grinding this kid, you know, like you know, I'm because I get a two-way player. players like that need to be designated as a joker.
Mhm.
If you can play more than one position, it has to be. That's just my personal opinion. You don't have to subscribe to that theory. It's my personal opinion.
No, that's a good identifier. I agree. I don't know. With guys like him, I see the talent. I do want to see more of him. I feel bad that it's like every couple games we only get to see him. It's like a random fucking draw of the card, you know, that we see them.
I mean, hey, it ain't shit that we can do about it. Look, really quick, he had 11 attempts, 52 yards, 4.73 per carry. The previous game for that, he had 2 rushing TDs, by the way. Dog, just straight up dog. They don't even have they don't even list his throwing his passing stats on here because like it's just an anomaly. It's just what he does.
Yeah, the passing it's irrelevant. I mean, he's really a rushing quarterback with, you know, like he's probably I think he's passing almost just as much as like Christian McCaffrey. You know, it's like it's not that much more.
I'm like, do I trade for Taysom Hill? Like the person that has going. This is my fucking best friend since 2015. Oh my gosh. The person that has Taysom Hill also has Jonnu, I believe, or has Jahan. Fuck. I don't know which one I want more. I'm just gonna see if I can send a trade just because. But yo, I'll give you George Pickens for Taysom Hill.
George Pickens for Taysom.
I'm really gonna send it, and I know that I know that fucker's up right now too. So yeah, that's how I'm handicapping the Vikings Saints game. I am having trust. I am having faith. You know, in Joshua Dobbs. I think that we all should. I think that we all should have a little bit of Joshua Dobbs in our life. I think we all should have a little Joshua Dobbs on our fantasy teams. I'm actually gonna fucking send a trade for Joshua Dobbs. Why? I'm drinking.
I need to get another one actually.
Stop being a little. Sorry.
All right, so I'm gonna go get one. Way after the next question.
No, go get it now.
All right.
Sending a trade. Like we have airtime. It's okay. Drink break.
Yeah. I know this isn't like a news show like on CNN where you have to be on the fucking, right in front of right at the news desk the whole time. And you can't leave any dead air on. It's like you can go get a beer if you want.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking crucify if you're going to get a goddamn beer. Drink.
Yeah.
Drink and be merry.
There's no studio executive,
I mean,
all
there
coked
is,
out, freaking the fuck out, and being like, "Listen, you gotta be on the fucking mic at all times."
Hey, tell me why that's every fucking studio exec.
What was that? Why that's everyone?
That's every studio exec though.
Yeah, trust me, dude. I worked in the newsroom. It really is.
It's so big.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna do the doctors for taking the trade.
It's because they're up like 24 hours a day, 7 days a fucking week, man. They got to keep themselves up somehow,
I went through that trade quick. I saw that Pickens was wide receiver 30, Dotson was wide receiver 44, and I was like, "Fuck."
Are you not high on Pickens this year?
No.
No?
Not if I could get someone better. No. Everyone has
but
David.
But Pickens, I don't know. Pickens, it's going to work out in the end. I think it's going to work out. It has to. He's too talented. I
will fucking sell a family member for a fucking.
Fuck him, okay? You gotta go, okay? My fantasy team's on the line.
I'm
all right?
kidding. I love all of you that watch the show. I'm fucking just joking.
Oh my god.
This man, Deontay Johnson.
Apologies to Robbie's family for this episode.
I'm a dick. No one said I was perfect. No one said I was.
I'll accept you. I will inherit Robbie's family to join my family. You know, we'll be one giant family, and Robbie will just.
Yeah, you can join.
I'll get a spray on tan or something. I'm kidding.
You're on my dad's side. No, you're just on the Italian side. That's all. European.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right,
Irish
I'm done with those jokes. I don't understand. Actually, I have Irish in me.
Black Irish.
Irish, Italian, Dominican, and Jamaican. All my family came here.
Damn. Fucking melting pot, dude. That's awesome. Let's kick ass.
Yeah. My Italian grandfather met my Irish grandmother, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, war is happening. We need to go to America."
So you can drink like a motherfucker if you're Irish. You can play the bongo drums, or not the bongo drums, the steel drums like a Jamaican. You know,
no, I can smoke like a motherfucker like a Jamaican.
Yeah, or you can smoke weed like a Rastafarian that shit. You know, and you know.
I am,
and you can play one hell of a baseball game. You're one hell of a right fielder. You know.
Actually, yes. Left. It's left. It's left. Left field. Yeah.
Left. Get it right, David. Jesus. You know.
Left field and second base.
Much respect. Yeah. Love the diversity in the infield. There you go, man.
Yeah. And I can fucking hit like a motherfucker too, actually.
Dude, I think there's a reason, and this is like really random, but like I was a football player and I was a wrestler, but I was terrified of getting hit by a baseball. Like I was so terrified. I'd be already running out of the batter's box before I'm doing my fucking swing, you know?
I've been hit by plenty.
I was terrified, you know.
Like honestly, all right. So there's no time that I got hit by more baseballs than when I coached Little League 2 summers ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, hey, yo, learn how to like we had like this.
But they were so off that they just threw to the right. And,
our team was undefeated. Like we had like damn good athletes. But, like you just get that one that slips. You know, you just get that one change up that just But we had some kids that were throwing fucking heat.
Really?
Like one game, a ref got caught, bro. Got caught right in the fucking nuts. Like he was like,
yeah. Oh God, yeah.
And I was like, you're a dumbass. You're the ump. What did you like? It didn't help that he had made a bad call prior to, so I think that our pitcher was trying to get revenge. And I was like, I did not tell you to do that. He was like, I know.
That's gotta suck so bad though, especially like I mean, yeah. I wonder if they like. I feel like you gotta wear.
Don't piss off the pitcher.
Yeah. But I hopefully he adjusted.
Serious. These kids take this shit serious.
Go for that nuts, man. They'll go for the win any way they can.
He used to throw more about like 40-ish, 50-ish. Like he wasn't.
It still hurts though. It still fucking hurts, you know. Yeah. This shit's sensitive down south for us men, you know.
Oh yeah, maybe like 50 at best. Like, let's get into best bets. Let's get into fantasy football must starts.
Okay.
David, let's start off with your bet.
Okay, my bet. Let's see. What can I bet?
That was a very fucking Pacific Northwest accent that just came. My bet.
Yeah, you bet.
Sound like you were in the movie Twilight.
Yeah. Valley girl over here.
How far away from you are from that place?
Forks, Washington. How far am I? That's a good question. I'm in Forks. It is 3 hours and 28 minutes. 3 hours and 28 minutes. So not too far off. Yeah.
That's dope.
I think I've been over there once or twice, I want to say, in years past. But fuck those movies. Cool. Those were awful movies.
Those were fucking awful movies.
They were so awful. My bet, if I had to say, I'll go with DeAndre Hopkins, guaranteed. This can be kind of lousy, but I'll go. You know what? No, I'll do this. I'll do Keenan Allen 100 yards and a touchdown.
You're really high on the Titans. It's okay.
I almost want to say DeAndre Hopkins, guaranteed. I was going to go lousy with something like 75 yards and a touchdown. For sure, that I would bank on him getting, but I don't. That Bucs defense is pretty good. It can show up sometimes. It's very possible, but that's also kind of like minor. I'll go Keenan Allen 100 yards and a touchdown, bare minimum, up against the Detroit Lions this weekend, especially when they're hosting. Okay, very much trusted. And the Chargers' backs are up against the wall. They got to get some sort of offensive pulse going. because it didn't look good last week. Even when they beat the Jets, it was pretty fucking lousy, you know?
Okay.
But I like the cornerback matchup. I don't think there's anyone on the staff that I'm like, I mean, Jerry Jacobs, Steven Nelson. It's just, I'm not that worried. Or I'm sorry, Cam Sutton, excuse me.
You think the Chargers can beat the Lions?
No, I don't think they will, but I think the offense will get going. I know that sounds a little contradictory.
That's why I'm taking a prop.
But because I know Keenan Allen's damn good. Brandon Staley wanting to be Ron Rivera 2.0 doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Doesn't know his head from his ass. Like, I just know.
Staley.
Yeah,
Staley treats football like it's a fucking blackjack table.
Yeah.
Best bet. I mean, I think right now my best bet is a 2-pick parlay. Texans +6 and 49ers money line. I think both hit. That's a +210. So 5 pays 15. I'm running that.
Oh, okay. We going low that.
If you want me to go team, I'll say 49ers over Jags for sure. 49ers
But you said bet.
But I thought you meant individual bet, but I didn't know
it was supposed to be an individual, but if he wanted to parlay, it's fine. It's fine.
49ers over Jags for sure.
I like the line right now.
And Henry all over 2.5 receptions is money. I like that. I would be willing to play that. I'd parlay see that.
Brees.
Sergey Pavlovich versus Tom Espinal, both -110. UFC is super.
I don't know enough about both of those guys to pick them, but I'm so fucking hyped for the fight. I have to start getting my research online for those fights.
Let's see. 100 round drones on this shit. It'll make little buddy do a backflip.
Actually, I'm curious. Who's the favorite between Pereira and
I'm looking at that now. Obviously, I'm taking. Let's see here. I would probably take. I want Jerry to win. Honestly, I'm gonna take Jerry the underdog there at +105. In regards to the main event, I'm
taking Alex on the other end because I think there's going to be a little bit of ring rust for Yuri coming off the injury and not fighting in so long. Meanwhile, Alex has been a really active fighter who is consistently dominated no matter who's his opponent been.
Biased, and I don't like Pereira.
Well, that I listen. I'm an Izzy guy, so I can understand that, but we cannot deny how disgusting this man is. He is a beast.
I don't care.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
Do not care.
Diego Lopez. I should be a fun card. It looks like.
What up, Blue Jays? Yep, yeah, you overhauled your lineup, so yeah, you got a whole new lineup. Well, train with Dylan Dennis doesn't fucking exactly impress me.
Oh,
Blue Jays.
You've been stop being biased. You've been the whole night. Taco's right. No. Look, +105 good enough for me. I'll take it. I'll ride with it. And I'll probably go Aspinall.
He is biased against the Cowboys. That's for damn sure.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah, see,
you know what? Fuck Anthony Davis.
I'll give Dallas props. Like I'll give Dallas props when need be. Like I mean, I had them. I was like, yeah, like they can come out there and they can do some things.
Yo, Anthony Davis is playing like a little bitch. Anthony Davis is playing like a little.
We need to get rid of fucking. I agree with what Lil Wayne said, bro. Like we need to get rid of Anthony Davis. When we get rid of Anthony Davis, we'll be back on our championship streak. I don't care. I literally do not care. Fighters train with fighters who beaten other fighters all the time, and that doesn't work out. Just saying, Dell, Hollywood Brown, or Javonte Williams is between the two receivers, and I'll probably will. With no Nico, Dell's gonna go off.
Yeah, Dell. I like the cornerback matchup: Cam Taylor-Britt or Chidobe Awuzie. I feel like Dell's got a good shot.
All right, you guys are gonna hate me because all I ever do is just like say things, and the things I'm going to say right now are actually, I think Javonte Williams might be the guy that I would play because, like I said, his last 2 games, he's had over 80 yards. He had 27 carries in his last game.
He had an ugly ass 80 yards last time, though. It was like 2.7 yards.
You are 1,000% correct. But when you're getting that kind of volume and you're probably going to have a little bit of a touchdown upside, I kind of like that. It's a tough one for me. It's a really tough one for me. I would say Williams is the safest, but with Collins out, I'm just too personally high on Dell to not play Dell. So that's what I want to make sure.
Just fucking say Dell.
I mean, I'm really torn there. I think Williams is safer, but Dell has the bigger blow.
What about Jaleel McLaughlin for the Broncos, the backup who's been like he's averaging almost a first down a fucking pop? You know,
I mean, let's look at the trend line. The trend lines are the attempts are going there, the yards are still going there. He's the number one.
I know
he's getting the volume. The Buffalo Bills. I'm not really that worried about their run defense, and yeah, I'm gonna let it go. Oh, LeBron be okay.
I would want to see a game first. There's a new Call of Duty coming out, or I think it already came out.
I mean, they're all good options. Like this is sometimes the problem of having too many options. You know, they're all good.
Go with Dell. I trust Dell. I trust Stroud. It's going to be a shootout. Over under at 47. I love it. Texas at a plus 230. Go with Dell. But yeah. For me, my best bet of the week.
I got another one that I like. I'll say it after yours.
My best bet of the week is I am going to kind of tell. Honestly, I love Jags plus 142. They're playing amazing fucking football right now.
They've won 5 straight. Yeah.
Won 5 straight. I know that it's like, well, why are you going to go with the winning streak? Well, I mean, the hot hand is good right now, and the 49ers aren't exactly playing up to speed to the capabilities that we know that they can. Give me Jags money line plus 142 all day. There's no point in playing the 3 points if you have conviction that they're gonna win. You're like, oh, well, like they're gonna win. Like, let me go and pick the spread. Shut the fuck up. Just pick the money line.
Yeah. Plus 3 is kind of hard. Like, if it was plus 3.5, then I would take it. That plus 3 is not enough for me. That field goal.
So you would just be asking for a push, basically. I mean, but like, no, like, I mean, but you can take it at 3.5. You bet the alternate.
More than likely, I'm parlaying it, so that push would make a difference.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, me personally, money line straight up. Texas plus 230 ain't bad. And then
you know what's not. Oh no! I'm sorry. You finished. Sorry.
No. And then that way, everyone wakes up Monday morning. We thought the Bengals were back. We don't know. That's going to make for great TV. So,
I believe they're back. That team, goddamn.
So the one thing that I've been kind of feeling is like it feels like
I love both of those fucking dishes.
Me too, especially shepherd's pie. The British and me,
especially masala, bro.
I don't actually really fucks with either, or really I've never really had them. Not really dishes.
He was talking to you, not fucking me. In England, Pakistan, cricket, money line, give me blood England, mate.
But how about this? So far, in it feels like the games that have gone overseas, and I don't have the numbers, and I'd love to see this, but it feels like most of them have been going under. And I won on that last time, and the over-under right now is at 43 for the Colts and the Patriots. And I think I'm going to take the under on this game.
Colts
I'm kind of also feeling the Colts, but that's a little trickier. I think it's more of a pick 'em between those two teams.
No, I think it's definitely the Colts. I'm sorry, New England's not great right now.
You're right. They've got to. I don't ever want to count their defense out, but yeah, they're trending downward though. They are very much trending downward. They're destined.
This is why I feel like that under feels like it could definitely hit, because like we could see a game like how we saw on Thursday night real quick. And like, I like to make money in those games.
I'm so happy like Al Michaels is still going on. He hasn't drank himself to death with how fucking depressing these fucking games are, you know?
Well,
no, I'm not saying he's an alcoholic or anything. I just be so fucking bored out of my mind with these shithole Thursday games, you know?
Well, thank God it's not the other team.
Uh-huh.
Bro's old as hell and looks like fucking death at this point, bro.
Oh, that's me. Dude, he's the GOAT. He's the Jordan of play-by-play announcers.
He's
just in his wizard's face. That's all.
Al Michaels is definitely not the Jordan.
What? Oh, come on.
Al Michaels?
Do you believe in miracles? Yes. Oh, he's the GOAT.
He's goated.
Who's the GOAT, Taco, then? Who's the GOAT?
I mean, personally, if you're talking about now, just give me Mike Breen all day.
Mike Breen's pretty great, but Mike Breen doesn't. Al Michaels done baseball, he's done the World Series, done NBA basketball. He called Derek Fisher's game winner against the Lakers.
It was a different day and age when Al Michaels came up.
He's done everything. The Olympics.
You know who I hate though? I hate Joe Buck.
He's pretty lethargic. You know.
Fuck that guy.
That guy once says, like, I'd rather tune into The Bachelor than watch this guy. He said that one time. He'd rather watch The Bachelor than watch sports. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here when you said that. I mean, he's a funny guy, but, like, when I heard that, I was like, oh, that left such a fucking sour-ass taste in my mouth, man.
I'll tell you this. If Anthony Davis doesn't show up today, I'm going to fucking flip. It's so close for me.
We need to get rid of Anthony Davis. Stop it. Just stop.
Oh, no, I did it.
You guys need a defense. That's what you need.
We need to get rid of Anthony Davis.
We need everything. That's what we need for the fucking Bulls.
Yeah, y'all do. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Rumboyz After Dark. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the content. We greatly appreciate it. Check out, clip up your favorite clips. Rewatch the show. It's been Liddy. It's been Liddy and damn titty. I'm about to get Liddy. Honestly, I'm probably about to sit back. Watch the movie.
Strong pivot there.
Watch me a fucking movie. Chill. You know.
You ain't gonna
watch some 91 Redskins highlights, you know, to live the glory days back when Robbie was polishing off Captain Morgan bottles.
I'm sure I got a VHS somewhere. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna watch the goddamn Lakers game, bro. Why? So I can turn on and be goddamn depressed. I'm trying to chill tonight. I'm not trying to fucking die.
Bro, then why don't you bet the Suns? Go make yourself some money.
No, I'm definitely not doing that either. Like,
he's already rolling in stacks on stacks on stacks.
I forgot my bad. I got one working. It gave me a little
cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do, dilly. Greatly appreciate you. I don't give a fuck about Collinsworth either. That's a fucking nice thing.
Robbie's in a mood tonight. Damn.
Cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do, dilly. We out of here. Catch y'all Sunday.
26.
Shut up, Taco.
Count.